on Sunday, July 1st, 2018. And I went out to dinner with a friend and her mother. Had a wonderful prime rib dinner and fully loaded baked potato. That was the last time. But little did I know that that really could have been the last time. Went home that night, and I think I went to bed sometime between 10 and 10:30, and woke up to a feeling that I had one or two times before. The feeling was indescribable at first. It took me the longest time to figure out how to vocalize this sort of ripping and tearing in the tissue in my chest and in my biceps. And then it started to work its way into my forearms. This was shortly after, really, the stroke of midnight on the morning of July 2nd. Usually this feeling went away in 3-5 minutes and I was fine. This time it didn't go away, but this ripping and tearing inside my body I now refer to as the Reaper's Embrace, because basically it is death coming for you, and it is not an experience that anybody should have to have. Hemmed and hawed. I have no health coverage, and I did not know what I was going to do. I started to pray, and I said, God, I am not ready to check out, but I cannot afford to check in. And it had to be the longest 52 minutes of my life. But at 12:53, I turned to my friend and I said, no sirens, lights only. From the time my friend made the phone call to the time I got up the stairs and to the door, they were there within 6 minutes. And I think these were, yes, this was definitely Fairfax County. Big shout out to these guys, owe you my life. They hooked me up with telemetry and started running an EKG. The first piece of paper came out and the one EMT looked at it, and the look on his face was frightening for me. It was grave. And he handed the paper to the other EMT and he said, is this correct? And the EMT said, run it again. I want to make sure the machine is working correctly. The cath lab, which had already been notified and mobilized, they told me what was going to happen, and I said, well, don't we need to talk about this? And one gentleman sort of chuckled, and I couldn't see his face because there was machinery everywhere. And he said, tell you what, we're going to save your life first and then we'll talk. So I just sort of said, okay. And they did. I mean, within 20 minutes, the doctor got in through that little hole in my arm. That's the only scar I have. And surviving a widowmaker when you have a statistic of only 3%, that's 3 people out of 100 survive this thing. So obviously, I'm here to do other things. Without the health insurance, I knew what was coming. But I had no idea about the charity programs that were offered, not only by Reston Hospital, and my entire fee was waived, which is why I will be doing things for Reston Hospital for a very long time. And but my emergency rescue fee was also waived. My ambulance fee was waived. I can't say enough about this experience, and I'm glad I can. And I have Reston Hospital and Inova and Virginia Heart to thank for it. And of course, the Fairfax County emergency medical staff and the 3 EMTs who got me there, and the 2 other firemen who helped get me up the hill. But I owe everybody my life, and yeah, it's good to be alive.